TikTok is out. M2 is in. There's a huge opportunity if you're ready for it. So let's talk about it. So here's the thing. Everybody knows whenever there's a new social media platform that comes around, there's always a gold rush at the very beginning. But if you think back on other social media platforms like Vero or Peach or Secret, you may have never even heard of those because they came as fast as they went. But if you missed the gold rush for TikTok, M2 is going to be your second chance. And I want to talk to you about why brands need to plant their flag early here more than they ever have before. Let's rewind. So back in April of 2024, the US passed something called the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act. Yes, that is a mouthful, but the short version is lawmakers were worried that TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance could be giving away American data to the Chinese government, or that the Chinese government can control the algorithm on what Americans were seeing on TikTok versus what they were showing to China or other countries on TikTok. The new law gave ByteDance an ultimatum. Either sell your US operations to a US approved buyer or be completely shut down in the US. For a while, it looked like TikTok might disappear completely from the United States. In January of 2025, it even went offline for a little while before legal challenges and political negotiations got that deadline pushed back. But that deadline is still coming up on September 17th of this year, which means, yes, TikTok is going to go away. But this is where M2 comes in. Instead of handing TikTok's existing app and their secret sauce algorithm over to another company, ByteDance decided to completely separate the US app onto its own app on US owned servers on its own infrastructure, use a different recommendations algorithm, which is very important, and is backed by US investors like Oracle, Blackstone, and possibly some others that we haven't heard about yet. This way, M2 can meet all the data security requirements, keep American user data inside the country, and keep ByteDance operating in the US without technically breaking this new law. So write this down. The official launch date of M2 is going to be September 5th of this year, just 12 days before that September 17th deadline. On that date, the current TikTok app will be pulled from the US app stores and new downloads will only be of M2. Here's the kicker. We don't know yet whether your TikTok followers, your videos, your likes, or any of that will automatically transfer over. It might be a clean slate for everyone. Whether you had 10 followers, whether you had 1 million followers, everyone might be starting at zero. So here's your chance to get in on ground zero of an app that has already proven to be one of the largest apps in the United States. And that is what makes this such a massive opportunity for brands. For the first time in years, a short form video platform with TikTok level reach is going to start fresh, and you have the shot to get in on the ground floor. When TikTok first took off, organic reach was insane levels. Businesses and brands could go viral overnight with one video. They could go from 0 to tens or hundreds of thousands of followers. Fast forward to now, the algorithm is crowded and competition is higher than ever because everyone knows the power of TikTok. M2 might essentially be a reset button for everyone. Now there's an even playing field for everyone that's going to jump in on this app, but it's going to have that same level of reach because people still want TikTok. This is just going to replace it. If your brand was late to TikTok and you regret it, M2 is basically your do-over. What I don't think is going to happen is I don't think M2 is just going to be a carbon copy of TikTok with a new name. It's built for US data compliance, so there may be differences to what is recommended and what gets prioritized on this platform. The ad platform may start simpler or start sooner, so you may be able to jump in on that at a much lower price point than if you were trying to run ads on TikTok. And here's a big one. Your old TikTok followers might not automatically follow over, so you're going to want to reach out or some way get the information of your followers, get them to follow you on Instagram, get them to follow you somewhere else so that when M2 comes out, you can direct them back to your new M2 account. This also means that everything everyone else was following on TikTok is going away and their algorithms are starting fresh. So this is a chance for you to get fresh new eyes that you weren't getting before because their algorithm was already pointed to something that wasn't your content. So here's the most important part. How do you take advantage of the M2 on day one? First thing, secure your handle immediately once M2 launches, especially if you had to have a different account name on TikTok than your other accounts because the other one was already taken. Consistent branding across all your platforms is super important, so grab that handle while you can. 2, we're still a month away. Batch create content now. Go onto TikTok, download your video, your best videos on TikTok right now, download them so that you have them backed up so that when M2 launches, you can repost those videos or just have a consistent load of content that's going out as soon as this launches. I want you posting twice, maybe 3 times, 4 times, post as many times as you can a day, get 30 days worth of content under your belt, either created or downloaded off of your current TikTok, save that so that you can then schedule those out to go out on the new M2 platform so that you can get caught up by the algorithm and get fresh new eyes on your content. Number 3, engage like crazy. Comment, duets, collabs. The algorithm will be hungry for active creators. I need you to be active on this platform. I'm literally talking to myself right now. I need you to be active on this platform so that you can get caught up by the algorithm. The other thing is track your analytics from day one. Watch what works and double down on that. Remember, this is a new platform. This is a new algorithm. This algorithm is going to be different than TikTok. So your videos that may have worked on TikTok might not work on M2 because this algorithm is different. So what's the risk versus the reward? Look, no one can predict whether M2 is going to be as popular or as successful as TikTok was. We hope it is. The audience is hungry for it. They want it. We want TikTok. We remember what it was like for the 2 days that we didn't have TikTok. So we hope that it is, but there's still no guarantee. Things are going to be different and we don't know if it's going to work as well as it did in TikTok. It might take some time for them to work on this new algorithm and see what actually works here in the United States versus what worked on TikTok at a global level. But historically, the brands who win on new platforms are the ones who show up first and adapt fast. Sitting on the sidelines is almost guaranteed to put you behind, and you don't want to miss this gold rush. It's the best chance you've ever had. So that's it. If you missed the TikTok wave, here's your second chance. If you want me to do a full M2 creator brand strategy breakdown once it comes out, be sure to hit that follow. Let me know in the comments. Did you know about M2? Did you know it was coming? Are you planning on being there day one? What are you going to do about your TikTok content? Let me know what your strategy is, and then we can talk about it in the next video. But don't forget, September 5th, M2 drops, TikTok goes away. I need you to be prepared. I don't want it surprising any of you when it happens.